Welcome to today's podcast. I'm joined by American International student athlete Wahjerjay Blango. Thanks for joining me today. How are you? How you doing today?
Well, thank you for having me. It's currently raining outside. Best time to be sleeping, but why not be here today? So I'm doing
Well,
well.
I'm really glad to have you and have you can join just to talk about, kind of your experiences, at AIC. First off, how has it been for you with this start of kind of the school year and just kind of getting back into the swing of everything that's going on and finally being able to move back toward the Springfield area?
First and foremost, with the whole virus, everything feel like at the beginning you're thinking, "Oh my gosh, what am I going to do?" Now, I'm living off campus, working, and just trying to get as much practice in as I can because I'm a student athlete. That's never going to stop. So, got to keep the norm.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. For you, where did you grow up, and what was it like for you growing up there?
Well, I'm from Africa. I grew up in Ghana
Okay.
and then moved to New Jersey when I was 7 years old. So
Okay.
kind of yeah. So it was obviously it wasn't a much different moving from Ghana to New Jersey because I already kind of knew the English language because our first language is English. So it was just more so adapting to the different culture and growing up. It was just basically adapting. And once you know how to do that, it's just kind of easy to move along.
hmm Now, was it your whole family came over from Ghana, or were you kind of, just a few of you?
My dad was already here. So after, because my parents are Liberian, and with the whole civil war that happened in Liberia, it was as to why they left Liberia, went to Cote d'Ivoire, which is Ivory Coast, had me, and then me and my siblings, we then moved to Ghana, and then after Ghana, me and my mom and my siblings later came to live with my dad in New Jersey.
And how has it been, for you the last, 15 some odd years living in New Jersey and, kind of going from that, how did you find AIC up in Springfield, Massachusetts? Or how did they find you?
So my sophomore year, I was looking up colleges, going to my junior year of high school. And originally, I wanted to go overseas and just, experience something different because I'm always interested in different culture and just experiencing that. Kind of told my mom, like, oh, hey, I'm going to have to take a year out and just try to get my paperwork so I can go overseas. And she's looking at me like, no, you're not. Right after high school, you're going to go straight off to college. So I'm like, yeah, it's just going to have to take a year. Nope. So my second choice was AIC on, actually found it on College Board. And funny part was I wasn't going to do sports in college, not at all. So my summer orientation, I met with the assistant former coach, and he was basically talking to me about the ASC track and field program. And I said, oh, okay, that's cool. I'm still not thinking about doing sports in college. So fast forward freshman year in college, he called me and was like, oh, what are you doing? Meet me in the office. There's still paperwork that we have to fill out. And I'm thinking in my head, no, I still don't want to do track. This is not for me. I just want to go through college and experience different things, just not sports. Because I did it in high school and I absolutely was done and fed up with it. Fast forward again, 5, 6 years in, here I am, student athlete competing.
You came in, you ran track for the last, 4 or 5 years. What's your favorite event that you get to run? If you can say that.
Yeah, I can. So, no, it's crazy because in high school, hated doing the 400, and that was the main reason as to why I didn't want to do track in college. Was I'm like, no, I know for a fact they're going to have me do the 400, and I absolutely don't want to do it. I hate it. Now it's my main event. I actually love competing in 400. Well, it's a love and hate relationship, but long story short, I love doing the 400.
Because the 400 is different in indoor versus outdoor, just with, the laps, do you have a preference between indoor and outdoor? Do you treat the race differently for the 400 because of the smaller oval?
Yes and no. In terms of outdoor, I'm able to, you're able to visualize the track and see it all the way around. Indoor, I kind of psych myself out. I'm like, okay, it's 400. I have to go one time and then I have to do another 200. Oh my gosh, like this is a lot. And it's me every race. And once I get over the first indoor, once I get over the first 200, I'm like, all right, there's one more 200 to go. And then that's how. But outdoor, you're able to actually see the entire track. I'm like, okay, I just have to do 200 and I'm basically there. If I were to pick, I prefer outdoor, but then again, I like the feeling of the indoor arena.
Yeah, I mean, I was at the championships this past year, and it was just a great environment. There's so much energy going on. It's such
It
a, like
is.
you said, just a closed environment.
It
Everyone
is.
yelling. I mean, AIC yelling, Southern cheering, like just everyone around the side. So
If you hear, I don't know if you can hear the ones who scream, it's mostly me.
nice. What's been your best track and field memory at AIC so far, either for you personally or for the team?
Personally, it would have to be breaking 60. That was a huge, huge milestone for me because what was it, technically my third year in, and you're kind of thinking like, I'm doing the practice, I'm putting in the work, like what's happening, I shouldn't be running the same times, and then actually seeing the results finally paying off, you're thinking to yourself, wow, maybe this wasn't a bad path that I'm taking. Maybe I should keep going. And then once you're, seeing results after results, and you're like, okay, I like this. I really like this. So for me personally, it was breaking 60 and just actually seeing my hard work pay off. As a team, it was everything. Because it's literally everything is seeing your teammate PR, seeing your teammate going to national, winning their first All-American. It's like, yes, 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 yes. That's what these hard work and moments are for. So yeah.
Is that AIC, track team? Do you guys feel like a pretty close knit team in terms of just trying to, all support each other and, be
Yeah.
there for each other during races?
Yeah, definitely, because it's important for, especially for our first year students to actually witness, oh, they're actually a close team. Oh, we're family. So for me, that's what's important, because once you leave, you want them to hold on to these things and hopefully help the incoming students feel the same way.
Yeah, that team aspect is huge for a sport that could be individualized
Oh yeah.
depending on the players. Bringing it to the academic side of things. So I saw from your, from your bio, you're an international business major, and you've graduated with that degree. Why did you choose, international business?
Well, obviously, I'm from Africa, and I love just exploring different culture. For me, my ultimate goal is working for the UN, working as a immigration attorney in terms of going to developing countries and helping families that are misplaced from their home due to war or due to whatever circumstance that there is, and in the long-term goal, just kind of help them out.
Now, is that in part just some of your own experiences that you've had, with, especially with your parents coming from, a very unsettled area and having to
Hmm.
leave? Is that something that just very personal to you from kind of those reasons, or?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And those are some things that obviously people who never experienced that might not fully understand the situation that those families are conflicted with or going through. Even for a child that's 4 years old, might not understand as to, oh, why do we have to leave our home and live somewhere completely different or somewhere that I've never been? It's just some people just will never understand that. So why not?
Yeah, no, that's a huge thing. And for you, it does seem like it's something you're very passionate about.
Hmm.
Are you involved in anything outside of school, kind of helping to further that goal of being involved with, international organizations like the UN or anything?
So I am currently involved in this organization called the Kumba Foundation, which is basically focusing on improving the education system in Africa and just bringing up mostly in Liberia, and just educating the youth in terms of providing book bags or school supplies, or just taking them from a situation and trying to improve it.
Yeah.
because knowledge is key, in my opinion.
100%. I think, you can speak to that personally yourself. Is there a professional athlete or, a well-known activist or someone that you kind of look up to?
I'm not too sure if you're aware of the whole situation with Caster Semenya, the South African 800 runner. I think what she's trying to accomplish is so important in terms of the sport aspect of it. And not even the sport aspect, it's everything. I don't know. I would say I support her 100% in terms, yes.
You mentioned the Kumba Foundation. Have you been able to go back to your home country at all, or not been able to travel there thus far?
So I never been to Liberia. My parents are from there, born there, raised there. I never been there. I was born in Cote d'Ivoire and obviously moved to Ghana. So I personally would love to go back to Liberia just to see where my parents grew up. My mom and dad family are still in Liberia. So I would love to visit them and see everything. But obviously it would be the first time for me because I've never been there. So I don't know. That I would love to go back to.
Yeah. Now it seems the country has, from what I was reading, has settled down a bit. Is that, or is it?
The rich are getting richer. That's that. You still have people who are still impacted from the war situation. So you have people who are still misplaced from their homes, who are still living on the street, who children can get decent education. So you have your ups and the downs.
You say you don't watch sports, but do you have a guilty pleasure TV show or movie or series that you enjoy?
I love romantic comedy. That's why I can't say it. That's what's called guilty pleasure.
Okay. Yeah, like you said, there's a lot. They're very similar, and they do
Uh-huh.
have that create the same feeling.
Hmm.
If you could have any meal, what would you want for that meal?
So this is a very famous Ivorian dish. It's called acheke, and it's like fermented cassava, fish, plantains. So that, yes, every
Is that
single day,
something
yes, I
your
would eat
mom
that.
can make, or is it?
Yeah, my mom can make it, or definitely I love Indian food. So that's my second go-to.
I guess what's something you want to do in the next year if you're able to?
Definitely, I want to get my paralegal certificate. That's something I want to get. And then I want to start on my law degree. So I want to start from the base down and just make my way up.
I guess any final thoughts about, how you feel about going into this next year, and anything you're excited for, looking forward to, maybe, besides starting your career?
Track wise, I'm excited. I definitely want to PR before this whole season is over. Definitely do that. School wise, finish. Finally finish.
That's really all the questions I have today. So really want to thank you for joining me, and hope you have a great day.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. And have a nice day yourself.